I am so glad to see my next guest get a fight booked. It has been a while. Dominick Reyes going to be back in action, UFC 281, taking on Ryan Spann. Dom, how's it going? Live from the forest by the looks of it.
Yeah, man, I'm out here in Connecticut. It's a beautiful place. Getting my mind right out here, right? Resetting, refocus. I'm excited to fight Spann, man.
Yeah, and we're excited to see you back, man. We have not seen you since May of 2021. Why did it take so long to get this fight booked? I think that's the question a lot of people want to know.
I think last time I talked to you, it was I just had to take care of my brain, man. That Jan fight was a tough one. I had to take some time off, get my brain cleared up a little bit, and improve my skills some more. Come back, ready to do some business.
When we had spoken last, and I just checked on Skype here, it was about 6 months ago when we last spoke, and I knew that it seemed like you were going to fight early this year, and now we're talking about a fight at the end of the year. Was it a case of just you needed more time, or was it a case of they couldn't find you an opponent? Like what was sort of the reason for that?
Well, early in the year, everybody was booked up, kind of. So it was like, might as well wait. I was in no hurry. I'm in no hurry. Yeah, that's really what it was. Just no rush and kind of finding the right opponent kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
a bit of both, which makes sense. And I know when we last spoke, I believe you were at Extreme Couture. Now you're in Connecticut training with Glover Teixeira. Why the switch up? What made you decide to, leave, the comfort of the West Coast and go over out East?
That's exactly it, man. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I felt it was just time for a change, for me to just, get away from my home and everything I know and I'm comfortable with, and, just get to just work and refocusing, I think Glover, working out here with these guys is amazing. I got Alex working. I'm working with Alex on a daily basis. I got Glover on a daily basis. I mean, I'm not going to see, I'm getting amazing looks, man. Like, the level that they're at and what I'm seeing from them is, literally the top, Glover is a former champ and Alex is going for the championship, but he's like a 7-time world champion for kickboxing. So I'm not going to see striking better than that really anywhere. So.
What was the connection there? How did you end up linking up with Glover and all that? Was it on social media? Did you know him previously? Like, tell me how that came together. I was curious about that.
Well, honestly, it wasn't Glover or Alex. It was Coach Fernelli Feliz.
Okay.
Coach Fernelli Feliz. He's Glover's boxing coach. He's kind of the head coach of the team. And I met him in Vegas in July during International Fight Week. And he was just genuine and kind. And he's like, listen, man, I really want to help you get back on track. You're extremely talented. You got everything it takes. We've seen you fight. You got the heart. You got everything. We just got to sharpen you up a little bit and get you confident again in yourself. And it was really organic, man. Like somebody who truly cares about you out of left field. It was just like, wow, man, like you're serious. And then I was kind of like took it, kind of with a grain of salt. Went home, started training, doing my thing. And he kept sending me messages, like, come out here, man. We got a room ready for you right here and everything. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. And I'm here now.
What was the timeline on this? I know I tried to piece things together on social media, but you said International Fight Week was sort of the, the seed planted, so to speak. When did you actually head out and move out to Connecticut for this camp?
I came out here about 2 months ago.
Nice.
For like a week. And then I came back 2 weeks later.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You know what? This is it. This is what I'm looking for. I mean, I got Fernelli Feliz Jr. He's a professional boxer. He's 5-time Golden Glove out here. I mean, I'm getting these looks that are amazing, and they're just genuinely great people. You know what I mean? You meet people. You rarely meet like genuinely great people who just want to help you and who just want to see you succeed for you, not for them or for any other reasons. And that it's a blessing, really. It is.
That's awesome. Yeah, it really sounds customized to what you want. I mean, big fight here, like I said, long time off. The only thing about this fight, though, and I know you tweeted about this, it's on the prelims. Just how surprised were you by that?
So I might have maybe jumped the gun a little early on that. The card changes leading all the way up to the fight. I talked to my manager, Tiki, and he's like, listen, man, this isn't the final say on it. You're obviously a draw. You're obviously a guy that, they've spent some time building, and they're not just gonna bury you on the prelims, bro. Like, you're the highest ranked guy fighting other than the championship guys. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't really stress about it too much, because for me, like, I care. Like, I want to fight in front of the biggest crowd possible. I'm all about. I haven't fought in front of a crowd since the Jones fight. So I'm like,
Right.
that was like the whole thing on me fighting on this card was like, I need to fight in front of a crowd again, man. I love the people and the people love me, and I love to perform in front of a big show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, we'll see kind of thing. But if I am buried on the prelims, it's bullshit. But all I could do is just do me. Go out there, do my thing, put on a show for the fans that are watching me. My fans are gonna watch me regardless. Yeah, man, and start my rise again.
Yeah, and that starts with Ryan Spann, man. What a fight this is. I mean, this has got fight of the night. I think that's one of the reasons with the prelim thing. It's like, this is probably going to be fight of the night, one of the close ones. Just how excited were you first off to get Ryan as an opponent, a guy who's not going to try and wrestle you? It's going to be an exciting fight.
Oh, exactly, man. I was really excited for the opportunity. I mean, I've been, following Ryan for a while. I mean, he was the LFA champion when I fought.
That's
in LFA,
right.
So I was like, wow, like, it's finally coming around full circle. A guy that I've been kind of looking to fight for a while, and now we're finally meeting. And yeah, like you said, man, he's a gamer, man. He shows up to fight. He's got a lot of heart. He's gonna come out and give me his best, which I look forward to. I'm all about tough, good fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter who it is, I'm down to scrap, and this is gonna be a great one, man.
Yeah, you can't argue that, man. I don't think anyone's had a tougher run at light heavyweight the last 3 fights than you have if you're just looking at the resume there. So that's pretty crazy. We've talked a lot about training camp. We know, Alex Pereira, Glover Teixeira. Who are some of the other training partners there? Or is it just mainly those two guys?
Well, we got Alex. We got Fernelli Feliz Jr. We got Glover. We got Wellington Thurman, who's also on the card.
That's right. Fighting Prochazka, yeah.
Yep, and he's a dog, He's very good. And then there's, we got young guys in the gym that are, just busting their butt every day, and they're showing up and they're working hard and they're giving us looks. You know what I mean? Like, you can't always go with the top professionals. You know what I'm saying? You have to have guys to give you looks who are selfless. You know what I mean? They're early in their career, so it's they're learning from us. You know what I'm saying? As well as helping us.
I've talked to so many fighters about that, what you're just describing there, the up and comers, the guys looking to prove themselves. And they just say how important that is in the gym, not only for the different look, but you got guys that are hungry, right? They're going to give you that push because they're trying to get to where you're at, right?
Exactly. And then so it's like, you're only in for a minute, kid. You know what I mean? And they give you their all, they give you everything they got. And that's better than, going 5 minutes with a higher level guy, because we pace each other and we kind of like, you know what I mean? It's different. It's just different.
Yeah, no, it certainly is. Pereira, we got to talk about it. On the same card as you, that's got to be motivating as well. Training with the guy that's also going to be on that card. How's he looking in camp? Because this is a really interesting fight with Adesanya, with him having the 2 wins in kickboxing.
He looks, bro. He's ready to go today. We sparred today, and bro, he's sharp as a freaking nail right now, bro. Like, yeah. He's looking real good. His cardio is amazing. His power and strength is great, bro. I'm very excited to see how this fight goes. His movement is, I mean, I've seen his UFC fights. It's better than it's ever been. I give him a pretty good easy look,
Yeah.
Pretty athletic and slick, so it helps a lot. He's tracking me down, man. He's looking really good, man. Really, really, really good. Really good. Very excited for that fight.
Social media erupted when they saw the two of you together because of how big he is. And, I've seen both of you in person. I've seen you in person a number of times. I saw Pereira ahead of the Sean Strickland fight. Just how strong is this guy? I think that's something people want to know, because you're a big light heavyweight, man.
Yeah, he's strong, man. He's really strong. He started camp on the heavier side, Mm-hmm. So, like, he's coming down at such a nice rate, bro. Like, it's like every week is like 10 pounds. It's like perfect amount coming off, and he's just getting trim in all the right air. Like, he's not like losing strength. He's still
Yeah.
strong. He's still staying strong. I am a light heavyweight. I am a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, but he's a tough go every time, man. Every time.
And there were rumors about him being like 230 and cutting down. Like, is that true? Is he a pretty big guy? You don't have to give me an exact number here, but there were rumors about that's how much weight he cuts.
Honestly, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He I honestly don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not like you're going to the scale with him. I was just curious if you see him in the gym, but you're saying he's cutting a lot of weight, which is interesting, right? So
yeah, he started pretty heavy, I think. But pretty much just muscle. You know what I mean? He's just letting off all his fat, and man, he's a strong guy, very strong guy. He's not a light heavyweight, but he's at the upper limit of 85 right now in terms of size wise.
I got to ask about Glover. They just confirmed the fight with him and Yuri, the rematch, the fight that everyone wants to see. How's he looking, and how is this guy still doing it at his age? It's amazing.
Bro, Glover is an anomaly, bro. His drive and his dedication, his attention to detail. I mean, he pays attention to his body so much. Like, I think the biggest thing that he's taught me so far, one, don't expect anything. That's helped me with this whole prelim thing. Bro, if you don't expect anything, if you get something, it just feels good. But if you're expecting it and they just screw you over, then you feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a good point, bro. But his mental toughness. He reminds, like, he's a guy that he doesn't care if you're getting tired when you're fighting him. Like, he doesn't care if he breaks you. He wants to break himself. You know what I'm saying? He's hardcore, bro. I love being around Glover. His energy, he has so much energy, and he's so happy to be there every single day. And it's contagious. It's extremely contagious. He's the owner, team captain. The whole deal, and it's just fun to be around him, man. Like, no matter what your day is like, no matter how you're feeling that day, like, Glover is like, it's all part of the process, bro. It's all part of the process. Just believe and trust in the process. And I'm literally at the best form I've been in since Jones.
Love it. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you just said it there. Pereira, Teixeira doesn't get much better than that. I know since you've been off for a while, I know sometimes you're a big guy. The weight cut can be a little bit more difficult. How are things going ahead of the fight?
It's all good, man. It's all good. I've never really had a problem with the weight cut. And it's the same situation here. I'm actually in better shape than I was in my last few fights going into camp. So, I mean, I switched over to the animal-based diet.
No way. I just tried that last month, and I lost like 15 pounds doing that. I added some fruit in, obviously, but you feel amazing. Exactly that.
I feel amazing. And I started doing that about, 8 months ago. So I've been like preparing my body for camp for a while now. Like, I've been preparing to get into camp, and I feel amazing, dude. I get up and I feel fresh. I go to bed and I sleep 8-9 hours a night. I'm happy, man. That's the bottom line. At the end of the day, I'm happy, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm at a beautiful place. Like, I got a lake in my backyard. I mean, it's crazy, and it's all good. And it's all good people around me, and it's all good energy. I see myself improving every day. It's one of those things where it's like, when you don't see improvement, it feels kind of stale, and then you get kind of freaked out, and then, you know what I mean? But they're filming every day for us. We break down film as a team. We talk about things, and bro, it's literally like almost like it's a team. It's a team, bro. I haven't had like a big like a team like this in a while, where everybody's looking out for you, and it's like, at first you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like with MMA,
it's like too good to be true. Like kind of what you're describing, if I'm hearing you correctly.
Exactly. It feels like too good to be true. It felt that way early on, but it's not, man. This is real life, and I'm here, and I'm happy.
I love it.
One other guy that I forgot to mention that is freaking
no problem.
awesome. Yorsi, he's a Dutch kickboxer. He fought Alex and Izzy. He's 6'5", very, very good Dutch kickboxer, man. And he's been invaluable as well. I mean, Ryan Spann 6'5", but this guy's like super good kickboxer, bro. Like, so I'm seeing stuff that's like, bro, they're coming so quick and so fast, and I'm like, man, Ryan Spann is not world-class level kickboxer. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a fighter. Don't get me wrong. But he's not a world-class level kickboxer where I'm like, oh, man, I don't know. He's not Alex Pereira. He's not Ursi. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. And it gives me confidence, you know? It's the confidence. You know, half of fighting it, maybe 80% of fighting is confidence in your mental attitude. And I'm having great defense against these guys. You know, I'm hard for them to hit, and I'm hitting them. You know what I mean? The game. You're playing the game.
Yeah.
And it's making me, like, very confident again and very excited to get in there and do my thing, man.
Your corner, then. Who's going to be in the cage with you that night?
So, Coach Fernelli Feliz, my brother Danny, he's always in my corner.
Nice.
And my grappling coach from back home, Michael Hajazin.
Awesome. That sounds good, man. And I know you don't like getting paid by the hour, man. How do you see the fight playing out?
Man, you know, I'm gonna go back to what got me where I am today. I'm just gonna get my hand raised, bro. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know what round or anything like that, but I know I'm gonna have my hand raised at the end of the night. He's gonna have to kill me to get me out of there, bro. Like, I'm willing to die for this one. I was willing to die for all of them, but this one, man, I want this one really, really, really bad, really bad. I mean, I've always wanted them all really bad, but I'm in a different place, man, mentally, physically, actually in a different place.
Yeah, exactly. Good, man.
I'm very confident coming into this fight. My confidence is back, and I feel like myself again, and I'm very excited.
We got a big card this weekend. Got to just get your take on this quickly. The three big fights, obviously. We'll start with Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan. Just your thoughts on that fight. I know some money's coming in on O'Malley, but how do you see that one playing out?
Oh, man, that's a tough fight. The only question for me would be is Petr going to start slow? Because when he's, historically known to start slow. If he doesn't start slow, I think Petr could pull it off. But if he starts slow and hesitant, I think Sean will just pick him apart from range. But we'll see, man. I mean, Petr did a great job against Corey Sandhagen, and Sandhagen's statistically similar to Sean O'Malley. So I honestly think he's better, but that's my opinion. Yeah, man, I'm going to have to go with Petr here. Just thinking he's going to start, it's a 3-round fight, and he's going to realize that and recognize it and be like, I don't have time to sit here and, dance around and figure out my opponent. We got to fight.
TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain Sterling. I will preface this by saying that obviously TJ and you have the same manager, but still curious your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a tie there, but I genuinely think TJ is going to win that fight. That's genuine. It's not like, oh, he's my teammate friend. Mm-hmm. No, I think he's going to win because he's been off for a while. He has a shit ton to prove, man. This is a huge fight for him. If it doesn't go his way, it's gonna be tough for him, and he understands that. But he doesn't really care. He's there to fight for himself, and he looks great, man. He looks great. His movement's amazing. I think I like Sterling a lot, bro. He's an actual friend, but I don't know. I think TJ striking's too much.
And then main event. This is the big one. I've seen people go back and forth on this one. I think this is one of the best lightweight fights of all time. Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira. Which side are you on here? Who do you think gets it done?
I'm on the Charles side on this one. Can't argue with that experience, man. He's riding his own wave. He's created his own legacy. He's a good fighter. I don't really think he's really truly been tested against the upper echelon competitor. I'm not saying the guys that he fought before weren't. The UFC, I massive respect for Bobby Green, massive respect for Dan Hooker, but they're not Charles Oliveira. They're not the champion. They're not. This guy, for the last 3 years, I've been like, this guy's a problem. Like, he's so calm and he's so patient when he strikes, and then when he's on his back, it's like, dude, he's constantly attacking you. Like, what are you gonna do? Just hold on to him? How are you going to win a fight just holding on to him? You're going to wear him out by holding on to him. He's going to keep attacking you. He's not going to stop attacking you. And he's going to stay calm. And he's going to be in himself. And he's going to break away. And when he breaks away, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot?
Yeah.
I just think Oliveira has more weapons, and he's more well-rounded, and he has more experience, and it's his time. It's his time, period. That's just how I feel.
Love it. Yeah, I feel the same way, by the way. This fight, is this part of a new contract, or are you still on your old contract? I was trying to remember about that.
I'm still on the old contract. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a couple more fights left, I would think?
I believe I have, after this, I have 5.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, then that's great. So you don't, I know, contracts, they can do what they want, so to speak, but still, it's not like last fight on the deal coming off a long layoff like that. So that's a bit different, right? So
Yeah.
and kind of on that note, man, like, I talked about the resume you've had there. Like, no one has had a tougher run. I will argue that all day at light heavyweight that you've had the last couple fights. Beating Ryan Spann, especially finishing him, where does that put you? Because even though you're on a losing streak, you're losing to the top of the division. So what do you think? Again, I know the most important thing is the win, but I'm sure you thought about the implications of victory here.
Yeah, man. So 4 champs in a row, going back to Weidman.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, it's been tough, winnable fights. I won one of those for sure. Jiri, I knocked him out for a minute. He came back because I don't know what the hell that guy's made out of. But honestly, man, I win this fight. I'm number 7 in the world right now, bro. Like, I'm not an unranked, old man falling off. I'm 32 years old. Like, I'm not on my way out. You know what I mean? Like, that was just a quick rise straight to the top, bro. I was like, my shit was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a young man still, and I'm learning every day. I'm in a new camp where I'm happy and excited about everything. I'm number 7. I win this fight, top 5, win another fight. Now I'm in the title. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how quick it goes, That's all. That's it. Maybe 2 fights, this fight and one more, and then a title, or this fight and then 2 more and then a title. But either way, less than 3 fights away from a title, man.
Obviously, you train with Glover, but you fought Yuri. Yuri's also fought Glover. They're doing the rematch. Just your thoughts on how you think that fight could play out, because I've never seen a closer fight than that one. That was insane, that first fight. Kind of like your fight with Yuri, which was also very close, that people don't, I think, give you enough credit for.
Yeah, results, sway people's opinions.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, Glover won that fight, and then he didn't. He was 20 seconds away from defending his title. I think we come out. I say we because we're on the same team now. I say we come out and we put it on him, and put him down this time. As much as I have respect for Jiri, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Jiri. He's one of the truest competitors I've ever fought. He's not technically sound, man. And there's a lot of holes, and there's a lot of things going on with his game that Glover exploited, I exploited, and there's now we're together working on it, and Glover, I just want to see Glover get his title back, man, do what he's going to do with it, and ride off to the sunset.
And the other big fight that's also on that card, very strategically done by the UFC, I love this, is Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankaliaev. I'm sure you're paying attention to the division. Just your thoughts on how that fight could play out, because that's really interesting. Ankalaev's looked great, just the one loss to Craig, and Jan, coming off the win over Rakic. I know there was an injury there, but still looking good.
Jan's a problem, man, forever. Like, he's a perennial problem. Like, he's an old man, a tough old man that won't go away, honestly, it feels like he's like flourish, like coming, like rebirth. He's like rebirth to like a young man again. Like, I don't know. I think Ankalaev is plays it a little safe at times. And Jan is he's patient, but he'll press the issue. It could go either way, but honestly, I feel like the inexperience of Ankalaev and the experience of Jan is going to pay off on this one, just because it's a pace kind of thing, in my opinion.
So you think Jan would edge that fight then?
Yeah, I do. But who knows? I think it's going to come down to the grappling, to be honest. Ankalaev will probably take him down, and we'll see if we get the Glover grappling or, other fight grappling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's going to be I don't think it's going to be a slugfest at all. I think it's going to be a technical battle, and I think grappling is going to make the difference in that fight.
One more name I wanted to ask you about in your division. He doesn't have a fight booked, but Jamahal Hill, what have you made of his run in the division? Very exciting. Obviously, a big win over Thiago Santos in his last fight.
Hey, good shit, man. Good shit. I mean, reminds me of myself, kind of, Came in and just kicked down the doors and just all comers. You know what I'm saying? Supremely confident, having fun, enjoying the run, enjoying everything, and God bless him, man. That's all. That's really all I got to say. I like him a lot. God bless him. I would like to fight him one day. Not today because I'm fighting Spann.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he'd be a guy I'd like to fight for the title. I wouldn't really be interested on fighting him on the way there again.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel like it would be awesome to fight him for a title.
Okay.
I feel like it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we'd all like to see that.
His style is awesome. It reminds me of myself, and it's awesome to see. Like he's down. Like he goes in there and he's
well, he takes risks. That's one thing I don't think people give him enough credit for. Like he's not there to, he goes in there and does it.
He's like, bro, I'm either gonna knock you out or you're gonna knock me out, and I got massive respect for that. You know what I mean? He doesn't think they're gonna knock him out. He's confident. He's doing his thing. He's got good defense. Whatever. But he's down to take the risk. He's down to put himself on that plate and say, let's go. You know what I mean? Either you or me. And you don't see that a lot. Guys like, for instance, Ankalaev, no disrespect, but he's a very technical fighter. He's a very smart fighter. It's a different style, but it's not my favorite style. You know what I'm saying?
Understandable. Yeah. No, for sure.
And then you got guys like Rakic who are just kind of full of shit and just talk all big and they don't go out and do anything, but whatever.
All right. There we go. And just one more name I wanted to mention before we get out of here. Jon Jones. Did you think when you fought him that you would be fighting sooner than he would? I mean, it's just crazy that he has not competed since then. And I know there's a lot of things going on outside the cage, but just your reaction to him still not having a fight booked yet.
Talk about a guy full of shit, Just, I don't know, man. He's a fucking weirdo, man. No, like, I don't like the guy, dude. Like, he's just weird. He I don't know. He just talks always, like, anytime anyone else gets any kind of attention, whether it's Izzy, whether it's freaking a bantamweight, a featherweight, whoever it is, he wants to chime in, like, if he's relevant, like, bro, and just talk shit. Anybody's doing well and they're saying, and they're speaking about that person, he's just not cool with it. He's like, no, I'm the best ever. Like, fuck you guys. Like, okay, John, well, either retire or fight again, dude. So you could have that real conversation and either become like somebody, like, I don't know, like a former greatest of all time, and have that clout and walk around as that, you know what I mean? But your career's over, or you're just going to be this guy on the sidelines talking shit about everybody all the time. You know what I mean? And really just people are getting tired of you, I don't know. I feel like everything he's doing now and it's done since our fight has tarnished his legacy. That's my opinion.
Do you think, I mean, there's Dana White has come out and said that they're trying to find something for him in December. Do you think he fights this year? Like, I know they're having a trouble with the opponent, I guess. Just your thoughts on that.
I don't think he's going to fight again this year. But then who knows? I think he'll early in 2023. We're already in 2023. Can you believe that?
We're getting there. We're getting, not quite, but yeah, you're right. We're getting there. It's almost November here, which is
right?
Nuts. How do you see him doing at heavyweight? You fought him, and you're a guy I think who could fight at heavyweight with how big you are. How do you think he'd do?
Who's to say, man? I mean, it's been so long since he fought, since we fought. That whole literally running from me, saying he doesn't get paid enough to fight me again. The whole deal was a complete joke. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then getting arrested again multiple times, and like, dude, make up your mind. I don't. It's hard to say because it's like, I don't know. I don't know who he's training with. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're, what's going on. I don't really care, to be honest. It's just like, either just get on the sidelines permanently or get in the game. What are you going to do? Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, well, no, I think a lot of people are like, we just want to see him fight because it's been so long. So yeah, I definitely agree.
He's exciting. He's Jon Jones, man. He's the greatest light heavyweight of all times, with an asterisk because he did steroids, because he's a scumbag. But whatever, he's still the greatest of all time. He still beat everyone, technically,
Right. Okay. We're not going to end on Jon Jones, obviously.
Please, no.
No. So the big move, obviously. And by the way, have you officially moved out there? Or are you just doing your camps out there? Is California still home?
California's home at the time. I mean, this was honestly like a
kind of on a whim.
Pack up my shit and fly out across the country. Let's get ready for battle. So I have looked into getting a property out here and everything, but yeah,
Nice.
I think this could be home. At least during all camps at a minimum. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Things change every day. We'll see.
What's been the biggest difference going from California to Connecticut? Because I know that is a bit of a different side from the weather, everything else.
The foliage, man. The foliage.
Yeah?
There's no foliage in the desert, bro. There's no trees, no winding roads, straight roads, and desert on both sides. And it's a little bit nicer in terms of not a lot of crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that's the biggest difference. It's a little more humid here. I'm living by a lake as opposed to living in the desert.
Yeah.
It's literally the complete opposite of where I've come from and grown up and being raised. But it reminds me a lot of Stony Brook because it's right across, the Sound into Long Island. But yeah, man, it's my home away from home out here on the East Coast. I always find a way to come back out here and get my shit together.
Are you playing any video games, or is that off limits during camp? Because I know you used to game a lot.
It's crazy, man. Like, I haven't gamed at all, dude. Like, I'll play like Nickelodeon kart racers, like just dumb games, just to like the time every once in a while. I was playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 the other day, just because I haven't beat the story and it's been like 5 years.
Right. Eventually, it's got to get beat. Yeah.
Eventually, after how many years? I play a couple missions, a year, and eventually I'll get to completed the game.
Yeah, that's awesome, Dom. We went over time, man. I really appreciate this. I'm honestly, just on a personal level, I'm so glad to hear that you found a really good team. It really sounds, just hearing you in the interview today, it really sounds like you found something where you have people really caring about you and a team that is really working for you, which is awesome to hear. If there's anyone you want to thank before you get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, anything like that, man, I'll give you the last word.
For sure. Thank you again, James. Always, thank you for having me on. I want to thank Toyo Tires first and foremost. Toyo, it's a difference. And all Teixeira MMA, Coach Fernelli for Lee's. You're like my guardian angel, man. You've really blessed me, brought me out here, and I appreciate that. My family back home, I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. See you out here for the fight. My dad, love you, Pop. I know you're not doing too good. You're in the hospital, but I love you, Pop, and I'll see you. Yeah, man, and that's it. And the UFC, man. Thank you guys for another opportunity.